Yeah, like I have something like you have mentioned like scope creep, right? And after scope creep, do we need to change the BRD again and get a sign off from the stakeholders in order to proceed further?
If you are going to like include that as in scope, yes.
Okay.
So in case like for example, like they're giving you additional requirements and you figure
Okay.
it out, it was not in scope. Okay. So
Okay.
in that case, like, but the business is like insisting that those has to be done. It's very critical. Just now they found out all this new scope and all. So they you'll be like, yes, using the change request process, you're going to make sure you add it in the BRD, get the sign off again, and then get the, if it is like take significant effort and all, like you have to again give the LOE and everything.
Okay. Got it.
And timelines also will change.
Okay. Got it. And do we need to gather requirement as a complete project for the like complete product? Like for the full project, we'll gather the requirement at a stretch, or it is since it is agile, it is done on like part by part, like for login module followed by registration module. Is it like that, or how does it exactly work?
Requirement gathering should be completed completely before you start development. So once you get the requirements, you get the sign off. Only then, like, see, what is the purpose of the user story? We make it as simple as possible for the developer to develop, right? But
Yes.
you need to know complete end to end one data flow.
Okay.
So requirements as a VA, you will gather it completely. But once you start creating multiple user stories, the timeline of it will differ. For example, it's January now. You gather requirements. They say like by end of April something has to go live. You gather the requirements completely, get the sign off. You started creating user stories. Maybe in February release you can start the development.
Okay.
March release, March sprint, you can test, and then you'll go live at end of April. No, so but you cannot be like uh, gathering requirements and starting development. That is very, that will be very conflicting because they won't have, you won't have complete requirements.
Okay.
Mhm.
And for budgeting, do we need to check with the developers also in order to, because we won't be able to give the entire story points, right? For
Yeah.
budgeting, so we will involve them as well, right?
Yes, so you have to make sure that you give points only as an analyst. For developer they have to give points.
Okay.
Mhm.
So as an analyst, in the sense, you mean for user stories, for creating BRDs, FRDs, you mean that, ma'am?
Yeah, so your time will mostly will go like that, right? For 8 hours
Yeah.
per day. So what you mostly
Mhm.
you will do, you will
Mhm.
be like attending stand-up calls, all this sprint ceremony calls. You'll gather requirements, existing current user stories. You will coordinate with developers. So of course, and that's how your timesheet is also built, right? So that's the analyst to work. So you will make sure that every user story, even if it's going to be like 2 hours work, make sure that you give your story points.
Okay.
Mhm.
And I have like, will the business owner give a request like about the password length, or will they give any specific requirement like we need to log in using only through account number, or these details are given by who, ma'am? Like, is it with the subject matter expert, or the business owner itself gives it, or we need to like get the requirement from them?
Yeah, sometimes they may not be aware of the specific requirements. Like for example, security protocols and all, they may not be aware. They'll be like just log in. That's what, like they're like from a functional perspective, they are telling, okay, member has to log in. That's all they may know. But like if like they will have state specific requirements. No, state will tell them what is HIPAA, what is the security protocol. For example, banking and all, right? You'll have very specific protocols. Like for
Okay.
example, if member, you cannot send a member um, like everything to as an email to the member, right? In the email you cannot do that. You have to say that the case was being updated, please log in and view the case. An authorization was submitted, please log in and view, like that very very generic email you have to send. So business may not be even be aware this is like a security issue. Sometimes if you have like someone, business owners who are being in the process for a very long time, they'll give you specifics, but it's a coordinated effort, I would say. Business owners, you developers, and also
Okay.
everybody has to like decide.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And for if we used to write the user stories, right?
Mm.
And we will give the story points, like we will give only an aspect of our from our end, right? The
Mm-hmm.
developer will give his story point, or we need to coordinate with the developer and get the story points from him.
For the LOE
Uh,
or like for that particular
no,
one slot?
no. When we write a user story, we would need to give the story
No, no,
points.
no. So that you will
Oh,
be doing it in sprint project review. That's called grooming.
okay, right.
So while writing user story, you won't give story points. While creating user story, what you'll do is you will do
Mhm.
summary, acceptance criteria, that and all you will put. But story
Okay.
points will be decided by the like this is a weekly call, right? So product owner is
Mm.
scheduling this calls, all the team members are there. So that's called as backlog grooming.
Okay. During that time only, the developers will give the story point,
Mm.
and based on that, we will be the product owner will be calculating the widget score, right, ma'am?
Yes, and they will make it ready. Yes. So we'll make
Okay.
what the product owner will do is they'll open the user story. So they will make sure that okay, all the information is there. So it has summary, it has acceptance criteria, it has description, it has all the labels. Now she's going to ask your story points and developer story points, and then they're going to add the story points. And so if all the information are there, they'll make it ready.
Okay.
That is that is what will happen in a sprint project review call.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
It's called as product backlog grooming. It's a very important question they may ask you.
Okay. Okay. Got it. And so you have got the three main modules, right? Is that the entire for that project? Only those three modules will be built, or like it is there something else also will be built as a part of it? Like I mean, like will it be built from like 1 month, 1 week for the registration module, or how exactly it works?
It depends upon resources now. So if you have like if and criticality, for example, the project has to be done in 3 months. So in that case, you hire more resources, and it
Okay.
can be done like multiple modules can be done at the same time. Development can be done, and you can do if there is no dependency, it can be done parallelly. Development has been done can be done. But if there is time, if the business owners are saying that yeah, you have 5 months time, 6 months time, I mean you can do with limited resources too. So in that time, you take only specific modules and you develop that, and then you go like module by module.
Okay. For the online check deposit module, only those three modules are, if we explain only those three modules, that's enough, ma'am? Or like, do we need to do any other something apart from that? Or we need to
So you can
explain?
also say that payment, that Zoom, you know about like that Zelle and all, right? Zelle. Do you
Yeah,
know?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So those kind of things you can add. It's online banking, no? So it's not only mobile check deposit. So if you want to add, like example, you put 2 years. In two
Mhm.
years, you cannot say that you worked only in mobile check deposit, right? So you can add
Yeah.
credit card, you can add that, you can add Zelle. So you can add multiple, but everything will be like
Mhm.
online banking or mobile banking. You can choose
Okay.
that.
How long will it be, ma'am? Like, approximately, I can tell it as like 3 months or 6 months, which would be like okay for it.
Mobile check deposit will be like it's like enhancement project, okay? So
Okay.
maybe the first go live is 3 months. After that, it's like small, yeah, depending upon the production defects, right? Business owners want to enhance the OCR application, like
Okay.
how because we will not test everything, no, in QA, like
Yeah.
all scenarios, like but people will call and complain, people will be like, oh, this is a very bad scanning OCR thing, I'm not able, it's not getting extracted, it's asking me, it's throwing the same error,
Okay.
please scan, like that. If it's multiple after multiple customer incidents, right, usually like this OCR projects and all, we will go live. After that we will have 3 months like small enhancements we will do.
Okay.
Mhm.
Got it. And in Pega, a case will be created only if the OCR is able to extract the data, right, from the check, all the five fields correctly.
Correct. Yes.
So if it's not able to extract it, the Pega won't be able to create a case,
Create a
or
case. Yeah. It will throw error saying invalid. Please scan properly like that. You mean asking for mobile check deposit? Yes.
yeah, yeah, for the
Yeah.
mobile check.
Yes. Please scan properly. Like that it will again and again throw.
Okay,
Mhm.
okay. So in that time, a case won't be created in Pega at all.
No. See,
Yeah.
that 5 fields are mandatory. If one of it is
Okay.
missing, we reject it.
Okay, it'll get rejected over there itself, right? So
Yes,
no
yeah.
need to be.
No need to worry. Yeah.
Okay. We will know, ma'am, that like there are incidents where the OCR wasn't able to scan those details. We would need to have a track of those records as well, right?
No, for us, it will not be a case. Only if a case is generated, we'll have a track.
Okay.
So
What
how do you
about
refer? For example, like, so that is business requirement, right? So for example, we they are scanning it, but
okay,
if nothing is being extracted, they are going to go ahead. They can use the same check, go ahead and do it manually. Like they can go to a bank and process it.
okay,
So
mm-hmm.
we don't want to duplicate things, right?
Okay,
So, for example, the very first scan unable to extract, then in the back end it's capturing, then that check becomes like invalid check.
okay, mm-hmm.
So we are not supposed to like. So that's why we have to be very clear with mobile. When only when a case is created means the check is, I mean, it's processed or maybe it's in processing like that. Otherwise, they can manually go to a bank and reprocess it. No problem.
Okay, ma'am.
Mhm.
And which document has all the data flows diagrams, the UML diagrams, the case diagrams, and object diagrams? Which is it the BRD or in Agile? How does it
In
work?
Agile, no, like we do only like a very like high level diagram in BRD.
Mhm.
Then if you want to have this architectural diagram and all, we just like what we do, we create that in Confluence, we share that link in the user story, that's all.
Okay, so there's no okay.
We don't do anything like specific Word documents. And so that's why we have this Confluence, right? So Jira
Yes.
is for user stories. In Confluence, I have showed know how to draw that
Yeah, yeah.
Giphy diagrams in Confluence. So you just draw there itself, you just publish it, take the
Okay.
link, add it in the story, so that if you leave the project also, it is there. Nobody,
Yeah.
you need not share it. Otherwise, if you do it in Word document, no, it will go with you.
Yeah, yeah. What are the diagrams that we draw? Because there are a lot of UML diagrams, right?
Mm.
In specific, what are the diagrams that we draw, ma'am?
It depends on project, but it's in my project and all, we do a high level data flow. Then we do
Okay.
swim lane.
Okay.
Then we do like these two. But mostly if it's going to be very detailed architectural diagrams and all, architect will take care of.
Okay.
So
Got
you
it.
won't be doing, yeah, you won't be doing it. Like very, very high level data flow, right? For like plain English, like business has to understand that you will be
Yeah.
doing it.
Okay. Mhm.
Like very technical, like diagrams and all, like usually architects will, they will draw. That is their work actually.
Okay.
Mhm.
And how about I couldn't I just wanted to know in depth about the gap analysis, ma'am, because it is like a very important question with respect to interview, right? And
Mhm.
are there different type of gap analysis, and exactly when do we do a gap analysis, and how many times we do it?
So gap analysis is like, for example, currently there is a process. Okay, currently there is an existing process is there, but they want to enhance that. Okay, either they want to automate it, or they want to like currently there is an automation happening, but like business owners is not very happy with that. Something is some production incidents is happening again and again. They are having issues, so they want to enhance that project. No, so that's why they come to you. There are two types of gap analysis. First is completely it's manual. Currently, it's not at all automated. Everything by manual. Let's say this
Okay.
processing checks. There is no
Mm.
nothing like mobile check. What will happen? You go to a bank and then you give them the check. They're going to. It's completely manual.
Yeah.
Okay. So that is so then when we want to automate it, now what are the things you're going to say? Like when how can we automate mobile check deposit? Is like you can use a mobile, and then like they have to like follow certain steps, and then so that is different. No, this is two different process.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So gap analysis means like one is completely manual, doesn't require any system, like member has no clue, just takes that paper document, gives to a human being, and then they waits for 5 minutes and then they're going to process it and give. But
Yeah.
here he has to make sure it has a white background, scan it, mobile has to be compatible. and good
Okay.
lighting, handwriting needs to be good. They have to sign. There are certain protocols for scanning that and processing it, making sure it's valid and all. And if it's international transfer, domestic, there are so many protocols. So these
Mm.
are two different that's how you analyze the gap. So these are one thing. For example, there's another gap analysis called like for this credit card process. No, there is an existing credit card, but that requirement for that credit card is, for example, credit score needs to be fair. Okay, it needs to be
Yeah.
fair and above. Fair, good, excellent. That is the eligibility for that particular credit card. Now we have a new platinum credit card where candidates needs to have only excellent credit card scoring. I'm just saying you an example.
Okay.
Different.
Mm-hmm.
So what is the gap now?
It is based upon the credit score, you mean, ma'am?
Yeah, based upon the credit score, process itself will differ. Where the
Okay.
reject criteria will be different, right?
Yeah.
Mm. So
Okay.
gap analysis means you have first of all understand currently what is the
Mhm.
process. Even if
Okay.
it's an automated process, means what are the different business rules and criteria, and
Mm-hmm.
how those reject applications are being handled. Okay,
Okay.
and that's how your new like business will come to you. Like you will
Okay.
have like from a business analyst perspective, you are working on the same credit card application for everybody, but
Mm-hmm.
like one business owner is coming and saying that for platinum these are the rules, for silver these are the rules, for gold these are the rules, so your business rules are changing.
Okay.
That's how you'll analyze. Okay, for this project, this is the eligibility criteria. We are going to reject the application using this eligibility criteria. For this project, we accept all the applications. For the basic like card, no, everybody will get it. For that and all, the member needs to have an account. That's all.
Okay. So it is basically like something like an enhancement, right, ma'am?
Yeah, I mean for credit card process, it's enhancement, yes.
Okay. Okay.
But for
Mm.
mobile check deposit, no, it's that technology right now. It's not available in all the. For example, in India, it's not available.
Yeah.
Mm, only
Okay.
in
So it
US.
it comes under it falls under enhancement, right? It falls under it is like a new what to say like a new application, right? So it doesn't come falls under enhancement.
Yeah, mobile check deposit, no. It is a brand new
O-
project, brand new process.
Okay. Okay. Got it.
But
Got it.
credit card means there is already, see, credit card and all, like past 10 years, the application is there in every bank.
Okay.
So you cannot say that, you cannot go and tell it's a brand new project and all. So they're introducing new credit cards like every year. So it's an
Mhm.
existing, I mean, like you said, enhancements, yes.
Yeah, okay. So I can tell about this credit check. I mean the scanning online check deposit as a project that have done, no ma'am, because I have worked in 2017 to
Yeah,
2019 as
yeah.
a
So this will be
project.
relevant for that. Yes, correct. These are the times that those technology was emerging, right? So this is the right
Okay.
time. You can
Mhm.
add that here.
Okay.
So that's the ideal project for you, I think. And it is easy peasy. You've seen, right, how clear it
Yeah,
was.
yeah, exactly.
Did you like my videos, my private
Yeah,
training?
yeah, it was like very informative, and because the knowledge that I had is completely different from the one which you taught. You gave like an in-depth knowledge of like what exactly how things are happening in real time when compared to what the knowledge I have, right? Because mine is something like imaginatory, and I really don't know the exact flow.
Mm-mm-mm.
So yours was like too good, and I really liked it, and I will be able to explain like what exactly happened.
Yeah. So since you had, so that project, if you add, right, you'll have a
Mhm.
very good resume and explain it in the interview also. If they
Mhm.
ask you like what is your project, you can very detailedly explain them. So ours
Okay.
was an agile methodology project. I'm an analyst. I gather requirements for this mobile check deposit. These are the user stories that I've written. This is how we tested. This is how we did UAT. This is how we implemented. Like this. This is how these are the test scenarios. So completely end to end, you'll be able to tell them.
Yeah. And in mobile check deposit, you have given like three user stories, no ma'am?
Mhm.
Only those three user stories we built it, or like there would be sub stories in it, right? We have to
Yeah,
need
yeah. I
to
mean,
break
see,
it.
for the
Yeah.
interview purpose, no, even not,
Mhm.
they won't be asking that and all in detail. They'll ask
Yeah.
you,
Yeah.
like, tell me, explain about the application that you work. Can you explain user story?
Mhm.
Do you explain, like, what are the production incidents? How did you do deployment? Tell me some defects. So they're not going to ask you only this, no, they're going to ask you other projects too.
Okay. Got it.
Mhm.
Got it. Yeah.
So what I can tell you is like we can add
Mhm.
those and then you can submit the resume. Once you get the call, like before the first interview, right? I'll give you a
Mm-hmm.
mock-up interview. Make sure that you understand all the, from a project perspective, I'll tell you how to answer. That should suffice.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay, ma'am. And one more thing is that you said that the Pega they have like something like an what to say, a free certification course, right?
In Pega? Yeah, inside
Yeah,
Pega, if
yeah,
you go. Yes, correct.
yeah, yeah. I'm like I'm into it, but I don't think so. They give a free certification. It
No,
is just a badge.
you can do training, I think. But see, certification means if you want to
Yeah,
take the certification, it's expensive.
yeah. It is something like $150 to
Yeah,
$180, I guess. Yeah,
yes, that is very expensive.
maybe,
And
right?
yeah, but the modules and all is free. Anybody can.
Okay. Even if you get the patch, that is like that is what to say, it gives some impact to your resume, or it adds some value to it.
Yeah, see, when it comes to specifically to Pega business analyst, right? You can research
Mhm.
in Google and see there'll be only very few people who knows Pega.
Okay. Mhm.
As analyst, you will find Pega architects, Pega developers and all, but Pega business analyst, right?
Okay.
Even though they put in the resume, like most of them don't know like how that application looks, what Pega business be able to do, in what are the application like Pega is being used of, what is CRM, like that and
Mm.
all they don't know. So once you watch all these Pega videos, right, inside their website,
Mm.
you'll have a very clear idea of what is Pega. That should suffice for right now. If you have the budget, you can take the certification, but
Yeah.
otherwise, right now, like, because you've not even tried, right? So you can
Yeah.
add Pega words, keywords in your resume, and then try and see. If you find it very interesting and all, you can go ahead and take the certification.
Okay. Yeah, got it. So these were the doubts.
Okay, I'm glad you are able to understand,
Yeah.
because mostly, like, that's why I ask people complete the videos. You'll be able to
Yeah.
mostly understand everything in detail and all.
Yeah.
Mm. Okay, so what about the healthcare projects?
uh I haven't like you haven't given access to it, ma'am. You give only for the banking one, so I completed the
So you are
banking.
interested only in banking?
Because I had an experience in banking, so I don't have an experience in healthcare, right? So I'm like
Mm.
totally blank in the healthcare.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. If you want to do only banking, that's totally fine. So
Yeah.
um, that's fine.
Healthcare is something related to the one which you are talking about, right? Because this is a company in India, and
Mm.
they work exactly on claims only.
Oh, claims. Okay. Yeah. So I
But
can give you access to healthcare also in case if you want to, like, if you have time, you can go through. That's completely
yeah.
about prior authorization and claims.
Okay,
Mhm.
maybe I can have a look at it. I'm not sure whether I will be able to grasp all the things. Maybe I
Yeah.
can just give it a try, because if I have now, it is like very limited, no, ma'am, because I have to go only into the banking domain.
Mm-hmm.
So if I have like another more opportunity, that will be like good for me.
Yeah. You try.
So
I
that
mean,
will
see,
help, like
since you
when
have this,
yeah.
you added in your resume, right? You can add those
Mhm.
projects here.
Okay,
Mm.
okay. So this is
And,
basically fully about reporting only. It's on like Power BI and Tableau that I've
mm.
done. It is fully about like data analysis type.
Okay. Yeah,
So
I mean,
that's
see, you have the role as business intelligence analyst.
yeah.
So I think you can add one of this claims project instead of saying it's only data analysis. You can say
Okay.
it's a combination of business and data analysis. You can say that. And for
Okay.
reporting, you use this Power BI and all. You can tell that.
Okay. And ma'am, in your project, do you do reporting as well, or you mainly concentrate only on the business analysis part?
So yeah, we do have requirements for reports. Okay, so usually, like for example, like let's say for this claims, right, or
Okay.
authorization, anything. If they're going to, when we go live, usually business
Mhm.
will be like, okay, tell me the number of claims that we received in December month. Tell me the number of claims that was rejected for this particular market for December month. So they're going to ask us. That should be like a daily report to them.
Okay. So
So
that would
we,
be built in Power BI or in Tableau. It depends upon the organization policies,
yeah.
right?
So in our team, we do this SSIS, SSRS. Have you heard about it?
Yeah. I have done that as well.
Yeah. So
MSBI course as well. So I
mhm.
have knowledge of it actually.
Yeah. So that's how we
That I
do
have
it in.
mentioned over there in the top actually.
Correct. Yeah.
SSRS.
Yeah. So that's how we do it in our team, SSIS,
Okay.
SSRS.
Mm-hmm.
And so as a BA, I have to get requirements like how that reports needs to be every day at what time, 8 a.m. It's automated
Okay.
completely.
Yeah.
So it's
Mm-hmm.
not something manual. So I'm not like this, like getting the report, and I'm not doing it manually. It's
Okay.
all
Mm-hmm.
automated. So for those reports, I get requirements, give it to my developer. He's
Mm-hmm.
going to like do all the configuration, and then we test it in QA, and then we deploy. That's all.
Okay. So you have nothing to work with the data cleaning part, or you don't do anything with the reporting thing. You just
No, no,
gather the
no. With
requirements.
Power
Yeah.
BI, no, 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 no. In my
Okay.
project, no.
Okay. So I was like confused with basically before looking into your videos and before this call, I was basically confused about the business intelligence, the data analysis part, and the business analyst part. So I thought both are like the one same role.
No, in my
So
team,
this is
no. So this can be
yeah.
totally, see, this and all is very new, right? So this not like it's all very
Yeah.
old and all. No. So in my
Mhm.
team, we do this one, SSI, guess SSRS reporting services. But
Okay.
if if like it could be a requirement. Sometimes they may ask you, do you know about Tableau, Power BI, and all. Nowadays they're asking in some of the interviews they're asking. So if you
Yeah.
know it, it's an added advantage.
Yeah. And how do I need to do the job search? Because if I search business analyst, it is mostly because based on reporting actually. I'm not like sure like whether I'm searching it wrongly
So
or
there are
exactly.
keywords there are different keywords that you have to search. Okay, so you have to
Okay.
say search
Mhm.
business analyst, system analyst.
Okay.
System analyst is a word, so that you have to search.
Okay.
And business system analyst, that is also a word.
Yeah. They're having a lot of terms and I'm like
Yeah, every
confused with
company
it.
will have analysts. So like this, they have terminology. So you have to use search and use.
Okay.
Like for example, like let me give you an example.
So do we have any wide openings in US for business analysts? Is there a scope, ma'am?
Of course, there is scope because developer is not going to gather requirements, right? he's
Yeah.
not he's not going to do it. He's already frustrated in coding, so he want a resource. So for
Yeah.
example, like here you have in Southern Gas, if you see, they would
Mhm.
have said like it's business system analyst. Okay, so this is a
Okay.
business analyst role, but if you see, right, it will be business system analyst.
Yeah. Mhm.
So like here if you see, they're asking about someone who knows about all this,
Mhm.
uh, uh, m- like maintaining tasks. You're going to write all these requirements. You're going to like that. So sometimes it's like that. It's not an IT business system analyst specialist. Like these are the keywords. So
So
it depends.
many
So
terms.
see, the best thing, or like this business analyst 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is very
Yeah.
straightforward.
Yeah. This
Mm.
is yeah.
Or it can be only system analyst. It depends upon, if you can
Mhm.
go through a referral program, then that's best. Do you have friends who can refer you?
I have, ma'am, but like I have tried that as well. It
Mm.
doesn't work.
Okay. What happened? Did you get an interview or no?
I got it last year. One was for Chase, but it was basically for reporting only. I didn't
Mm,
get it for a business analyst role. It said business analyst, but
mm,
they were concentrating only on the reporting part. They were checking only for SQL and Tableau or Power BI, right?
mm,
Whatever, anything. They are
mm.
okay with any reporting skill, but they were concentrating only for reporting.
Okay. Yeah, that's not the ideal role for you.
Yeah, that is where I got confused. Where I'm like really I really don't know like which one I have to like choose, no? Because it says business analyst, but they are
Mm,
concentrating on reporting.
So when they share the JD, right, just see
Mhm.
if there is any reporting like keywords and all. Just,
Okay.
I mean, see, I don't say no. Sometimes they won't even ask the question. Sometimes they just copy the previous, the HR, right? They just copy the previous JD and then paste it on his website. So we never know
Yeah.
what's the actual, like which project, who's the manager. We
Mhm.
never know. So
Okay.
first time I would not reject any interview based upon the
Okay.
keywords. So if they ask you for an interview, you're not going to lose anything, right? It's just an
Yeah.
experience. Just go attend the
Mhm.
interview. Sometimes
Mhm.
you feel you can be lucky they can hire you. We never know it. So
Yeah.
don't feel hesitant to attend interview.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Okay. Yeah.
So in my opinion, these are the keywords you have to like: system analyst,
Okay.
business analyst, business system analyst, IT
Mhm.
analyst. Those
Okay.
kind of keywords you can search,
Okay.
and just start applying in Dice, Indeed, and all.
Okay, ma'am. Yeah.
Mm. And so here in your resume, you have to definitely add agile terminology and everything. I will send you a summary
Mm-hmm.
of about what you have to add.
Okay, ma'am. Yeah.
So because this is looks like what your resume will not be picked up.
Okay. Yeah.
Mm.
Maybe that is also a reason why my resume is getting rejected, right? I
Yeah.
exactly don't know. Yeah.
Mm. So latest is
Mhm.
they have some keywords, you know. So usually it will be like
Mhm.
all agile related keywords needs to be in the
Okay.
summary.
Yeah.
If there's
Now AI
genuine,
is just AI is one who's like shortlisting the resumes, right? So
yeah,
easy work for them.
HRs are frustrated. They're already dealing with so many work
Mm.
now, so they just want to scan, and then whoever gets
Yeah.
above 85% just take their resume.
Yeah.
85%. So you can use a job scan
Mhm.
and then figure it out whether, so when they have the JD, just compare
Mhm.
the JD with this resume, what new resume, whatever we are going to have. And if it's more
Okay.
than 85%, you have keywords, you'll be taken for the interview.
Okay.
Less than
Yeah.
80 and all, there is no chance.
Okay.
Mm,
Because the market is also like very what is say competitive over here, no?
correct. In
Maybe
US,
that's the
it's very
reason.
competitive. Yes, in US and
Yeah.
Canada is even more competitive. US is
Oh.
better. Yeah, in at least here, so you won't understand the scope of like Fortune founded companies here. No, there's so many IT companies in US.
Yeah,
But
exactly,
in
ma'am. There are like small companies here, but we don't like have knowledge about them maybe.
mm,
That's the thing that I'm missing.
so yeah, but in Canada, it's not like that. I have candidates from Canada. You have seen, no, in that
Yeah,
video, like
yeah. I've seen. Yeah, yeah. I know.
how they like they're all like they've lost their money. They are very
Yeah, so
frustrated.
sad of stories. Yeah.
Yeah, and then sometimes I feel bad, but like usually candidates who lose a lot of money come to me. I don't know why. People lose a lot of money and then they say, "Ma'am, we lost $2,000, $3,000. Can you help me?" Like that.
Yeah.
That's from India to people have lost more than $1,000.
Oh,
Mm.
okay.
People
Yeah.
they come and say, I've taken this certification, this from this institute,
Mm.
that institute. I like three institutes. Then I've
Yeah.
lost almost what, a lakh now, and now
Mhm.
I don't have any knowledge in business analysis. So I'm like, okay, so what do you want me
Mhm.
to do now? Okay, I can help you, but I cannot help you in figuring out who will give you the right training, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, your resume looks perfect. And what we have to do is going forward, I'll send
Mhm.
you the summary. I'll also give you access to my healthcare course. And
Okay.
you just read, I mean, go through, and if you are comfortable, we can take one project and add it here.
Yeah. Okay.
And we have to redo your resume. Once we
Mhm.
have completed your resume, you can start applying.
Okay.
And we can focus on the market. You will get it, Monisha, because you have genuine like experience, with Discover.
Okay.
So you will get
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah. I have it. I can like prove it as well. So that
Mm,
shouldn't be a problem for me. I have the
yeah.
pay slips as well. Yeah.
I am
But I
very
have it from
confident that you'll.
Cognizant.
Mm.
Client was Discover. So that shouldn't be a problem, right, ma'am?
See, that's a good thing. See, you have
Mhm.
bachelor's in IT,
Yeah.
and then you have your genuine experience with CTS, no? So if you
Yeah.
do if you get a good interview, good client, and if you
Hmm.
perform well, you'll get hired 100%. I'm
Okay.
yeah. So I wouldn't
Yeah.
be so I'm not telling you like just to give you confidence. I'm just saying because you have that background and you've
Okay.
worked in IT. No, it's not that
Yeah,
completely or
yeah.
from non-IT. It's not like that.
Hmm. Hmm.
So what you need a little bit of brush up with all this resume, new terminologies and everything, and then maybe we'll do one mock interview. But
Yeah.
don't delay. No, now the market is open. So
Yeah, yeah,
by
yeah. That's what I'm rushing up.
yeah, end of this week,
Mhm.
just maybe next Monday, just start applying.
Okay, ma'am. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. Okay. So by the time we will be able to like update the resume or like how do you
I
want
will
me
send
to?
you the summary
Okay.
today,
Okay,
and
ma'am.
then you add and then let me know, and I can review it and finalize the resume by tomorrow.
Okay, ma'am. Yeah,
Mm.
sure. We can do that.
Okay,
Mm.
so I think that should be good, and you can
Mhm.
start applying. And I mean, don't see, one thing is like don't
Mhm.
worry to give. don't even like think about, oh, they are going to reject me, I'm going to feel embarrassed. Please, like,
Yeah.
if you want a job, you want to become rich, just forget all that. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, your focus should be like, I have to get a job, that I have to get
Mhm.
it. I have to make sure that I enter into a project. I have to, like, you have to break that barrier.
Okay, ma'am. Yeah, I'm like focused on every interview. I just see it as an experience. Either
Mm.
I'm going to get into it or I'm going to gain something from it. That is all. That is the mentality that I have now.
Yeah, that's all you should have. And I've
Yeah.
told, no, in my so many like sessions, before I cracked my first interview, I have attended like hundreds of interviews. You
Yeah.
name the company I have attended. You name any company, I have attended that interview. Okay. So,
Okay.
so I will be like, why they are not selecting me? Something is missing. Something, that is some skill gap.
Yeah.
I have to. Everybody is working, right?
Mm-hmm.
I had good education, good background. I have everything. Why they are not selecting? Then, like,
Yeah.
slowly, like, you figure out your skill gap and all, and you fill that, and then you perform, and then you get hired. So, you, if you are like frustrated with the process, no, then
Mhm.
you cannot get a job. No, not even
Yeah.
IT. At least in IT, you are highly paid. You can work from home. You can have a good lifestyle. Package is good. You have insurance. So at least for that, no, you should keep motivated. It is difficult, but you have to think,
Yeah.
okay, if what if I get it immediately, within a month.
Mhm. Yeah. We
Mm,
have to just trust the timing, and we have to
mm,
trust. We have to have trust in
yeah.
ourselves.
And like after a few years, once you crack the job, and then one after 2 3 years, no,
Mm.
that genuine confidence will come.
Okay. Yeah.
Mm.
Mhm.
But for
And do
now,
you
you
have
have to
any? Yeah. Do you have any good consultants detail or something? Because here consultants, I don't like really trust them. And
I
they.
don't share consultancy details. I don't even like, I mean, see, I could, every consultancy is different, but I
Mhm.
don't think, Monisha, I can refer to any consultancy, because
Mhm.
genuinely, I don't know the background. I don't want to guide you falsely, right? That's also there.
Yeah, yeah, because even I don't know a good genuine consultant over here, and so I don't want to fall into any trap. So
Mm.
that's just the reason why I asked you, because you may have, right, like contacts, like you may have a lot of contacts. So I just wanted to check.
Yeah, but I don't give. I know, I don't want to like, see, my only thing is, let me train people, just share my knowledge. I don't want to get into that consultancy thing.
Okay, okay. Yeah.
Okay, Monisha, I think we are good for
Mhm.
today. So I'll send you
Okay,
the summary today. Just update your
okay.
resume and send it. I'll review it, and we can finalize on your resume. Also, I'll give
Yeah.
you the access right away to healthcare.
Okay.